One Bible verse that's really important in the Bible is guard your heart. Guard your heart because out of it flows the springs of life. And that Bible verse doesn't just mean to block yourself and keep a wall up from anybody to come into it. But what it does mean is that you need to protect yourself from good and evil, because the Bible does say that out of your heart, your mouth speaks. Out of your heart shows where your morals and values are. Out of your heart, it shows where you are. Now, why it's important to do that is because if you're in a relationship or around someone or around people who don't protect your heart and they don't have good intentions or selfish intentions, or they could just be so broken that they don't even realize how they're harming you, then they will poison and taint you if you're around them for a long period of time. And then you will start becoming something and doing something. And then they'll look at you like you were the cause of what's happening to you, when really the cause happened to because you did not guard your heart and you allowed yourself to be around someone who was tainting you by hurting you, betraying you, cheating on you, lying on your name, things like that. And you stayed in those situations. Poison is what that is. So let me give you an example of what that looks like in my life. So in my 20s, I was in a domestic violence relationship for 10 years. And at the beginning, when he was, verbally abusive, mentally abusive, all of those things, I was very naive. I was very green, basically. I just allowed it to happen. I was kind of a pushover. I didn't really say much. I just let him do things. I let him control me. I seen control as love, basically. I seen his overprotection as love, when really it was him trying to keep me and pull me away from everybody in my family, all of my friends. But I didn't realize that. So I allowed those things to happen. I basically became who he wanted me to become and got away from everybody else that loved me. Let me tell you what happened and how that eventually started to harm me because I did not walk away. But because I did not leave that, I stayed. Ultimately, I was not guarding my heart and I began to be poisoned. I began to become bitter and jaded and angry because this man who I thought loved me was really harming me, because once he got me away from everybody, then he started becoming physically abusive. And so instead of me leaving, I also became an abuser. So instead of me leaving, I started fighting back. I started demeaning and putting him down. I started becoming him, basically. So me not guarding my heart, staying around someone who lied, who cheated, who abused me, poisoned me. And then I became angry and bitter and jaded and yelling and fighting and just someone that I was not before he came into my life. One thing I am super grateful for is that I did go to therapy. I got the help that I needed to understand why I stayed in a relationship like that. And it really helped me become the woman that I am today, because I didn't want to harden my heart. Guarding your heart and hardening your heart is two totally different things. I didn't want my heart to be so hardened that no one could love me and I couldn't love anybody. I still wanted to love and be loved. I just wanted to learn how to do it the right way. So don't harden your heart, guard your heart. And I'm so grateful that God gave me a heart of flesh, that no matter what I go through, I still have a desire to keep loving, because I've learned that how people treat me has a lot to do with them and not so much to do with me. And that's something I learned in therapy. So when you're in relationships with someone who betrays you, who lies, who doesn't treat you right, who doesn't protect your heart, who cheats on you continuously, who makes you feel like you're not worthy of their love, those are the type of relationships with people you do not want to be in. Because if you stay in relationships with people like that, then you will become poisoned, and they will look at you like, why are you acting like this? Why are you yelling? Why are you crazy? Why are you doing that? Why? I don't do that, because that gaslighting, I'm not doing anything. I'm perfectly fine. That's pretty much what happens. You start becoming this crazy, erratic person and not realizing that happened because of the person that you're in a relationship with. The people who really love you do not want to bring out the worst in you. The people who love you don't want to trigger you. They want to do what they need to do to make sure the relationship is healthy. So again, back to Proverbs 4:23, guard your heart because out of it flows the springs of life. You have to guard your heart because if you don't protect yourself, you will become evil. You will become someone that you are not. You will become something that God never intended you to be because you did not guard what you listened to. You did not guard what you were around. You did not guard the people that you were around. You did not guard the music that you listened to. You didn't guard yourself by just everything. Guarding your heart means guarding everything to make sure that you stay good, that your heart stays pure, that you stay with good morals and good values, that you stay in a position like that. God says he looks on the heart. Man looks on the outward, but God looks on the heart. So we are here to please him, not to please a human being. And for those of you who need this, I have a group called the Connected Culture. Basically, that is a group of men and women who are ready and willing and doing the inner work to make sure that they learn to guard their heart, to heal their heart from past trauma, healing their heart from old wounds and things that they've gone through, and learning how to be better to self first and learn how to put God number one. And we're also in there learning how to connect and be in community together. If you want that link to get into my Connected Culture group, go ahead and post, I'm ready. I want in. I'm tired of being like this. I'm tired of having my walls up, but not guarding myself properly, because there's a difference, and I'm not going to go over that right now. So if you want to be a part of the Connected Culture group, my group, go ahead and comment, I want in. I'll send you the link so that you can be a part of that group, so that you can start learning how to guard your heart, protect yourself, heal from the things that you did not want to have to go through, but you went through anyways. Connected Culture group,